What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here, and I got a massive dilemma. So as we know, I've been talking about running out of power like crazy. We're mining here flat out. The bull run's around the corner. I need more and more hardware, but I don't have the power for anything. And now we have two massive miners that we got to test out for you. So things are going to get kind of crazy here. As you can see, I do have the 1Key Touch and the 1Key Classic here. That is because for the coins I'm going to mine, this is the Jasminer X16P, and this is the brand new ColEngine P2X, which is formerly known as the Superscaler K10 Plus. So I am going to be needing a new wallet address so everything is fresh from scratch, so I don't mix anything up with the current ones I have for my testing. So I'm going to be utilizing the 1Key Touch as well as the 1Key Classic, so that'll help with the review on those later on, because this is an ETH hash miner, the X16Q. Now picture this, guys. So I have about 6 gigahash worth of ETH hash miners with between Jasminer X4s, Jasminer's X16Qs, and then all the Ipala miners and everything. That's about 6 gigahash worth of ETH hash rate. That is about all of that in this one machine right here, and this is using half the power. So currently I'm using about 3200 watts. It is away at custom computing for hosting. It is making good profitability. I actually have a 1-month video that I will finish recording here soon. I got all the stats in a spreadsheet from 1 full month of mining with power taken off. It is doing amazing. So this thing is just better because it's cutting the power in half. Also, it's only one device, so all the ASICs I would have had before was take up all this room here is all packed up into this. And this guy right here, this one is beast mode. So you may have heard about the Superscaler K10. This is a little bit less hash rate version. It is supposed to be cooler, a little bit quieter, and it is about $1,000 cheaper, this one versus the other one. And you know, there's no SD card because it sounds like they were failing in the original Superscaler, and then you know, easy updates and all sorts of things. Currently it looks like this will mine a lithium, ironfish, Carlson, NXL, what else we got there? Probably Kyla coin, pretty much all the coins, Radiant, that if FPGAs can mine, this thing can mine it, and I'm going to be trying them all out and showing you guys how to utilize this miner right here. So both of these miners were sent to me courtesy of Jingle Mining. So I will have a link down in the description for you guys to check that out, as well as code rabidmining will grant you 1% off. Now, sadly, Victoria is no longer working with the Jingle Mining Company, as most of us are aware by now. I do have a new contact available. Email will be in my description, laura@jinglemining.com, but I still don't know exactly how everything is worked out. So you can try to contact Laura down below in the description if you are looking for any of these miners. Be sure to say Rabid sent you to get that discount, and they still may be able to kind of save you some fees on shipping. But it does sound like they are bringing the website and the sales department pretty close together, so clicking the link should do the same thing, but I can't guarantee it. Now, the big dilemma I am going through right now is, how do we play miner Tetris? As you can see, the X16P is a very unique looking miner where it has a big hash board inside here and then 3 big fans, but the power supply right here is so small because it's so efficient. It doesn't need much power to run this entire thing. So that's why we're seeing a weird odd shaped miner here. So I do believe there were like towards the end of the last bull run, when this miner was early in leak phase, just starting to get designed and concept, there were miners for ETH hash and stuff displaying this model right here. But as we know, it turns out that this is the miner that finally came out because of it. But there were a lot of scam sites available. But right now we are playing miner Tetris. Does this not look like the big L when it comes to mining Tetris? And I placed it the wrong way because I want to get that down here, and then you finish that line and nail all 5. We have our little block here that we can slide in. I already messed up because we have a gap, so I'm not getting any lines here. So I ultimately failed in miner Tetris. Anyway, you know, that's all in good fun. Regardless, my main thing here is, how am I going to run these things? So starting with the X16P here, this thing is about 1900 watts plus minus who knows how many, 5.8 gigahash. It's probably around the 6 gigahash mark. We got a lot of testing to go here because there's 3 or 4 different power modes now. You can mine ZIL as well as not ZIL. As you may or may not be aware, while mining ZIL, you will lose hash rate, and ZIL is moving to POS, sometime by the end of the year anyway. So we're going to have to test this in every mode, with ZIL and without ZIL, to see exactly how much power it draws in every mode, and your average hash rate at the pool, because that's what matters, not the dashboard, over long term. So it's going to take a while to fully get the numbers out to you guys on this. As for this one right here, this can mine Ironfish, Carlson, and everything as I mentioned earlier, but Ironfish and Carlson will be forking very soon to an only GPU algorithm. We'll still have to wait to see when that's actually going to happen. NXL, it can mine this allegedly. If it can mine Carlson, I will be testing that, but it does say it can mine that. And as we know, Superscaler, they come out with bit streams pretty fast, and all you got to do is update the software inside the machine and you have all the latest bit streams. It also sounds like they made everything extremely easy, by all you got to do is switch the algorithms and stuff in the dashboard, and it's easily swappable with coins. So I will be checking all that out, but this is supposed to use anywhere from 1200 to around 1600 watts depending where you run this, so or on the coin and algorithm. So where am I going to put this? Because over here I'm actually sitting at, get a focus here, so about 6100 watts. I'm over my limit. So I do have my GPUs running. I'm probably going to have to shut those off, obviously. The Caspa ASICs, I'm going to have to dial down their overclock settings to bring my power down so I can run that in this area right here. I should be okay by doing that. I think I should hit enough power. The GPUs are about 1000 watts right now, and these are using an extra 15 to 1800 watts. So I should be within 14 to 1600 watts and be able to run that safely. As for the Jasminer, this one could or may not be a little trickier. So over here, I am rocking about 5500 watts. So I'm only about 200 watts off my max there at that 80% rule. So I'm probably going to have to turn off this guy, the X5. This uses about 1380 watts. So we'll see what it looks like depending how I run the fans. Hopefully I'm pretty close to around that 1900 watt range. I don't know if there's really anything I could turn off. I might have to turn off a couple CPUs. That would make me very sad, because I can't really see that thing making more than some of my CPUs as well as that. So this thing has been very profitable lately at around $20 a day, 25 at times. Actually, I've been mining QRL. It pumped up like crazy lately, and I've been selling it daily for Zeph, and it's been making about 1.5 to 2 Zeph per day. So you do the math and you can see just how well this most underrated miner is. I really believe the X5 is a very underrated miner, because no one's really talking about it. Maybe it's due to the fact that you can't really get it. I don't know how many were made, but it's really hard to find that miner. But I am going to have to disconnect it to get the X16 in here, and then I'll just have to see what things look like at that point. All right, guys, so that's just a little update on what is going on at the good old Rabid Mining YouTube channel mining farm here. So I'm going to have to do some workarounds, get these things running, start testing, so I can get some results out to you guys. I know both of these things, well, when this was the Superscaler K10 Plus, I was getting a lot of questions on this, and obviously I'm getting a lot of questions on this one as well. So I will try to answer all those questions for you. We'll get down to the bottom of these two miners, and we'll see, is it worth draining your bank accounts for it? Thank you for watching this video, guys. Let me know what you think I should do down in the comment section below. And if you are looking for these, again, jinglemining.com, link in the description, or try emailing the sales department directly at laura@jinglemining.com and say Rabid sent you. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.